All right guys, Jason Clemons here from Clemons Boats. We've been talking about doing a video on our Bass Cat Jaguar here for a minute. As you can see behind me, we got a ton of gear all over this thing. And we're gonna show you guys how much gear this boat will actually fit in it. We'll give a full count down in the description, but as you can see, it's a ton of boxes. We got about 40 rods we're gonna put in there. As you can see from the wall on the boat, we're tackle junkies at Clemons Boats. We love to carry a lot of gear, be able to catch all kinds of different fish in all kinds of different situations. And we don't want to compromise on what we put in the boat. So this boat, the Bass Cat Jaguar, does that better than any other boat on the market. It's super deep. There's lots of storage containers and compartments for it. And you can still go fast with the boat loaded up. So stick with us here. We're going to show you us loading all the gear up in the boat, and then we're going to show you what all the compartments look like and how we load it. Stand by. We're going to see if all this is going to fit or not. All right guys, well we did it. We got all that tackle in here. We actually have some extra room that we're going to show you. I can't remember because I'm old, but I got a cheat sheet here to say what we had in there. We had 3 big plastic tubs, good size, which you'll see that we've got all kinds of random things in, from safety gear, flags, sunscreen, stuff like that. We have 2 Bass Mafia bags of the big ones. We could probably put another 10 of those in there if we wanted to. We have 10 KVD bags stuffed full of plastics. Sometimes we use Bass Mafia, sometimes we use those. The KVD bags fit really well in this back compartment, which we'll show you. 19 3700 regular size Plano boxes and 12 deeps. We use a lot of the deeps. We'll show you there's a container in the front that opens up on the Jag Standard that has a little tackle drawer that drops down. We take those out so we can stack more gear in there. That's one of the tricks we have. We'll show that to you. We have 4 of the edge boxes for Plano that fit really good back here as well. You'll see how we did that here in a second. We have 3 battle boxes, which all our terminal tackle are in. We put that in the helmet storage area. We've got also have the drip sock in there. Obviously we got our anchor in there. And then we've got 2 jerkbait boxes from Bass Mafia, a spinnerbait box from Plano Edge, and we also have 3 more of our big bags in here. So I'm gonna go over everything. I'm sure I missed some even though I wrote it down because I'm old. But follow us here. We're gonna go through the boat and show you. We also put about 45 or 50 rods in here, and we actually have room for more, as you're gonna see. So one of the awesome things on the Jag is you have a co-angler or team partner rod locker on the boat. So you have rods you can fit in here while you're fishing during the day, rods here up top, and then you can put rods here. So this boat's just got a ton of amazing storage on it. You know, you could have a co-angler on here that can bring probably 20 rods if they felt like it and you wanted them to. You got a little strap here to hold them down. Got this one here. We're gonna go ahead and take these off so we can open the rest of the compartments up. That's one of the awesome things of the boat. There's lots of great things about the Bass Cat Jaguar, but the amount of rods you can fit in the thing is pretty insane. So we'll show you when we get up in there. We've got about 30 rods in this compartment. Could probably put 15 more in there if we really wanted to. We've got this box here stuffed full, which you'll see. Bunch of rods in there. We could have stuffed more in there too if we wanted to. This is also good if you're fishing solo and you want to put some gear in there, you can. The other thing I do a lot is if I'm fishing by myself, practicing for a tournament, I'll leave most of my rods back here. I like to fish with a lot of rods, probably too many on the front deck at all times. I normally have 15 or so up here. And when I'm by myself, it's nice to be able to put all those rods back here out of my way. I have a clean deck, but I still have all my rods out. I don't like getting in and out of the rod locker, so all that stuff's easy to get to. We also have a spare prop in this seat, which you'll see. Life vest in the other side there. And then we've got all kinds of stuff up here in the front of the boat. So follow me in the boat and we're gonna go over the rest of the things that we got in here. All right, so now that we're up inside the boat here, we're gonna go over some of the more boring storage. You've got a cooler under here, ice, water, etc. Great place to put an extra bag of ice to keep your smallmouth alive up here in Lake Erie when it's warm out. You also have a little container up here. You see one of the most important things, Advil. You get a headache out on the water, you wanna make sure you have that. Got some hot hands in here, a fizz kit, which is very important up here. Got some gloves, some random tools in here. We adjust that all the time, all throughout the year. Spare prop, you might need that at some point. Hopefully you don't, but you might. We've got that stuffed under the passenger seat here. On the driver's side, we've got a inflatable life vest, and then we also have an awesome battery charger. If you guys don't have one of those, you should. Luckily, we don't need it much. We run MillerTech batteries, but if you need to charge your GoPro batteries, need to charge your phone, need a jump start, need to help somebody else get a jump start your truck, you got a charger for it. So that's a real important thing to have. We don't have anything stored in these live wells, but just to give you an idea of the Jag and how big it is, you see where that is up to my arm? I'm 6'2", 250. I'm not a small guy. Those are some huge deep wells. Another real important thing for fish care up here in Lake Erie, we got the noodles in there, but those wells are super deep, so you don't have to worry about your fish care near as much. Here on the starboard side of the boat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 KVD bags full of plastics. 1, 2, 3, 4 3700s with plastics. Some of our more popular plastics we keep in these. And then a 3700 deep for our bugs, which we use a little bit more often. As you can see, even with that many bags in here, there's still room for more. I'm going to stuff them all back in here so you can see. And we got a time warp if we did it right to be able to see us putting all this gear in here. But as you can see, fits right in there. You could actually put more in there if you really wanted to. We try to load the boat for a lot of the heavy weight to be at the back. So all our plastics go here. Chatterbaits, jigs, swim bait heads, Ned rigs, tube heads, all the heavy weight back here, especially if I'm by myself. Some of the extra weight here is on the port side. That's another reason to have the prop over here. So this side, Ned rig box, swim baits, jigs, and then we got chatterbait box, a couple other jig box. These edge boxes, you hear some people complain that stuff falls out of them, but if you put them in here, the way it fits in this boat up like this, they won't fall out, they stay nice. And you can fit a lot more tackle in there using edge boxes than any of these. You can really stuff them in there. Great boxes. Keep rust off your stuff as well. We showed you the rod storage in there, showed you the seats, showed you here. Another cooler on the boat. This is where we store all of our water, pop, food, ice, etc. We use the one down here more for storage, but it is there are two very usable spots here. This is something that is unique to Bass Cat, to my knowledge. I don't think anybody else does it. It's actually a helmet storage compartment. And we do use helmets from time to time, but we actually use this to store all of our terminal tackle, our line box. I don't know if you guys have ever used these battle boxes. These things are awesome. Again, we're tackle junkies. We want to have everything. This is our Texas rig box, our finesse box, and our punch-in box. Anything you could possibly want. It's basically like having a terminal tackle store in your boat at all times. Again, we're tackle junkies. We want to have everything. So, and if you ever fish the Great Lakes, You're gonna need a drift sock at some point. That's where we put our drift sock there. You can use this for a day box. There's also a divider that goes in here, so you can separate gear from the top to the bottom, if you wish. One other thing I didn't mention on this boat, you see these slam latches. Pretty awesome. Easy to open and close, and you don't have anything to trip on. Nice and clean look. So these two compartments here, if you see any of the videos, they have drop down tackle boxes. We take those out because you can actually fit more in here the way it is here. So there's one Z-Man bag, another Z-Man bag, and then as you can see, if you pan in here, we still have tons of room. I could fit another 4 boxes in there if I felt like it. We got all kinds of hard baits in here. Here's a Bass Mafia bag full of plastics, and then you got another 6 or 7 3700s, then a bunch of 3700 deeps. Again, still room. You could put a lot more stuff in here if you wanted to. This is already too much for most people. Had some technical difficulties there with the camera. Let's start this back up. Rod locker on this side, as you can see, we got them loaded up in there. If you go up to the front there are rod tubes available for the boat. We took the rod tube out to fit more rods in here, so they lay in there nice. You don't have any issues with getting messed up. Then over here on the starboard side, we do all kinds of different stuff with this side. You can see there's tons of room in here still. But we got a helmet in here, a plastic tote full of Kitex, plus a bag full of Kitex. You could see I could put another 10 bags in here if I felt like it. And then we've got our box back here with our scale, our Rejuvenate, a couple face masks, call tags, etc., etc. Again, you can see there's still tons of room in there. We could put a lot more gear in this boat if we felt like it. Up here on the starboard side, bow, Bass Mafia box, 2 Bass Mafia jerkbait boxes, and then a Plano edge spinnerbait box. Again, room for more gear there too. This is the net scabbard. You can fit a full-size net in there. Our net right now, because of the tackle we have in there and the size of the head, doesn't fit in there, so we just leave ours on the front deck, but that will fit most nets. Then on the port side, 3 3700 deeps, and then some more safety equipment, first aid kit, all kinds of goodies there, sunblock. You know, like I said, we have way too much gear in the boat probably, but we're tackle junkies, and we like to have all of the stuff that we need on the boat at all times. As you can see here, if you look at the wall, we have a serious problem, but that's just the way it is. And when we fish, we might fish for largemouth in the morning, smallmouth in the evening, go walleye fishing after dark. We might take rods for all kinds of different species of fish. Or we might be in a tournament situation and the pattern that we thought worked, which is what normally happens if any of you guys are tournament fishermen, it doesn't work. Everything we had dialed in is done and we have to start over. So that's a quick overview of the boat. We're going to be doing a lot more videos on Bass Cat and the Jaguar in particular. This one is just on the storage. There's a million things to talk about on this boat. But we hope that you liked the video. If there's anything you see in here that you have questions about, let us know. You can shoot us an email, give us a call at 419-684-5365. We'll talk you through it. And if there's any videos you want to see on this or any other Bass Cat, comment below, let us know what you want to see, and we'll make sure and get some videos up and rolling for you. Hope everybody's doing well out there, catching some fish. We're up here in the winter blues in Ohio. It's freezing. We're headed to Florida next week, and we'll have some awesome footage of hopefully some gigantic bass that we're going to be catching down there that we can show you here next week. Hope everybody's doing well. Have a great day.